Well, Bloody Marys may be the only thing people drink before lunch. Now, from my life experience, I'm not so sure about that. But anyway, Kickoff Sunday, finding the perfect recipe is a must.
And mixologist Jeni Yelton is here in the Price Chopper kitchen with us to show us how to put together a good one, because we all know that can really make or break your tailgate or football party.
Well, absolutely. And so one of the things I think about when I do this is the other people that are coming, like what kind of spices they want and what kind of alcohols. And so when we go through this, I put together a pretty extensive little bar and let them build their own. That way they can have their own choices. So we'll start with making the base, and then you guys can actually start deciding what alcohol. We'll talk about that, and then skewer away.
All right.
How does that sound?
Why don't you go ahead and start making the base here, and Belinda and I will walk over here and try to figure our skewers out.
Okay,
So walk us through making the base here of the Bloody Mary cocktail.
So basically, I make a very mild, basic base, and the reason that I do this, and I did have everything measured out, but you put in salt and some celery salt, garlic salt, pepper, and the reason that you make a milder base is because you can add your own flavors, your own spices, and people like different ones. You'll find all sorts of different bases online, but realistically, it's about what your people want. And I start with like a big can of tomato juice to start with, and then I have each of the measuring out for each of the different spices.
So you don't like the pre-made mixes or anything?
It's not that I don't like pre-made mixes. I do, but I feel like when you're doing, if I'm drinking it for myself, I'll open a pre-made mix and it'll last me a couple weeks. But if I'm having a party and I'm going through a lot, it's better to have something that everybody can spice their own. Some people like them really super spicy, and some people like them a little mild.
And see, that's where I might get into trouble. You looked like you dumped a lot of spices in there. I was like, yeah, it's a lot.
It's not. So that was only 2 teaspoons, so it's okay. It looked like a lot more than that, but you're fine. But remember, I'm making a big batch at once. Normally, if you were doing it by the glass, you would start with the tomato juice and then just 8 shakes of each kind of spice. But since I did it in a larger container. And the best thing to really do is to chill this overnight so the seasons can really get absorbed.
Really blend together and everything,
And what do you recommend us to put on the skewers?
Well, and that's why, a couple things. So first, you want to start with what alcohol that you would like to have, because that also makes a difference. Now, what normally people do.
But I don't know. What goes well with the Bloody Mary?
So here's what's interesting. The actual original Bloody Marys were made with gin. Most people don't know that because they tend to drink it with vodka. So the nice thing about vodka in itself is you do have a good Tito's vodka, which is gluten-free, by the way. And then you have some vodkas that are already flavored, like infused. So this one's a cucumber vodka, and this is a local, Kansas City. You could do it with rum. You could do it with tequila, called a Bloody Mary with tequila.
That sounds dangerous.
Yes,
that would be fun.
It's a lot of fun. But some of the places, and you can infuse your own alcohol, but some of the people, when they have it at home, they have different kinds of alcohol. So this is what I do, because people like different flavors in there.
I might try the cucumber just for starters.
I think that's a great place to start. So once I have this mixed, while I'm mixing this, go ahead and start putting some items on your skewer. And you'll notice I put a bunch of different things. Traditionally, you see olives, and sometimes lemons and limes, but bacon's a real big popular one. Celery is really big popular.
I already see what I'm going after.
So once you have your glass, grab your glass. Start your skewer.
Is there another thing full of bacon somewhere?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure if there's enough.
Maybe in this Price Chopper kitchen, I don't know.
And then there's shrimp. I like having shrimp. There's cheese. Some people put cheese cubes on it.
Do you recommend starting with meat or vegetables?
Well, if you're going to have something soaking in it, then you're going to want to remember that the flavor is going to go into the drink. So, and some things get a little mushy. Bacon is always good.
We're just going to blend it all together anyway.
Yeah, absolutely, and drink it fast. Shrimp is good too, because actually shrimp does absorb the flavor as well. Pickles, I actually like putting dill pickle juice in my actual glass and make mine dill flavored. Cucumbers, some people really like the cucumber taste to it as well. It really doesn't matter which order, but if you like olives, I'd put olives in there too.
Okay, I think I'm ready. I have my bacon wrapped shrimp topped with a cheese cube.
All right, so here's where I always start. Once you have that, that is very
classic.
pretty.
I love it.
Yeah, you like that?
So one of the things you can do to make this more spicy, and I need to add some Worcestershire sauce and some, and it's a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, which this is
or
a
a few
tablespoon.
shakes. That's about enough.
Okay.
And then a little bit, and I don't add a ton of Tabasco because I want you to spice it the way that you like it.
Okay.
So, and then I add a little bit of lemon juice. And then what you can do is start with some spices. So if you like it extra spicy, go ahead and add some spice right to the top of your ice.
All right, well, we got to wrap it pretty quick, but let's do some sriracha in there.
Okay.
Oops, it's not open, but let's pretend it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Sriracha, there you go.
All right, and then do we put the alcohol in
Then
next?
put the alcohol in next.
Okay.
I'm not gonna add any. I'm just gonna go with alcohol.
That's all right
okay.
too. It'll be spicy enough, I promise. So pour it on in.
Is it still a Bloody Mary if it's not red?
Put your skewer. It will be red here in a second.
Okay. I was referring to Belinda's there.
Right.
All right.
And then, oh, sorry.
So
there we
maybe
go.
we'll twist it over.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
And then shake it up a little bit with your straw.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting thirsty.
All right.
Yeah, is this the perfect
Yes,
Bloody
look how
Mary
pretty
bar?
it is.
All right, bacon and shrimp wrapped Bloody Mary over here. And what do you got? Bacon and
We've
shrimp.
got cucumber with cucumber vodka and bacon, of course.
And if it's
beautiful.
ever too spicy, add a little bit of lime. That actually kills the spice for it.
Well, thank you so much, Jenny. We might have to bring this over on into the next segment.
Next one.
That's all right. Thanks for having me.
Okay.